Rich Tarani with TMC. Thanks for watching. We're in Boston this week talking to a number of companies in the area. On our program is Shai Artsy. He's with Zappix. And Shai, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
Likewise. So tell me, give me 10 or 15 seconds on what your company does.
So we create a visual IVR. Basically, people can use our platform to create a customer service experience for their customers. And the customers can then, instead of calling and waiting 1, 2, 3, waiting for on the calling, they can visually browse through the options and also choose different options rather than just call. Maybe they can open a PDF, they can see a video, they can fill in a form, they can chat with an agent. We provide all the calls in the right context, all the options in the right context.
So basically, what you've done is, one of the frustrations of traditional IVR menu trees is, press 1 if you're going to travel domestically, press 2 for Hawaii, press 3 for international, and then from there, press 1 if you have a group of 5 to 10, press 2 if you have a group of 10 to 15. It could take a long time for people to get to where they want to get. And the challenge is that now everyone's used to instantaneous feedback. And so what you have is a visual platform that lets the consumer of the company get to their target more quickly, whatever that is. Right. Change of address, travel.
Right, and we also give you the option that we don't have in an IVR to go back. So if you made a mistake, in many IVRs you can maybe go back, press star and go to the beginning and start it again, or you can just hang up and start again. We just give you the option to, you made a mistake, I clicked the wrong button. You go back, you put in, if you put in your ID, you see exactly what you put, so you don't need to hear the IVR saying, did you press 1, 2, 3, right. 4, 5, saving you all that time and knowing exactly that you get to the right place.
Although a smart thing would be that if the IVR designers would listen for a curse word, and any time they hear a curse, they go back. And I think then that would work out well, because I think it's what most people do when they're 4 levels deep and they made a mistake. They're like, oh. So
most people just cry, agent. They don't want to deal with this IVR craziness.
Yeah, I say agent operator, because I never know which one it is, and eventually I'll get to the right person, or 0, or sometimes pound. It's a science, or an art, I guess, to get to the agent. Sometimes. So important question is, if I have an IVR system already, and let's say it's a fairly complicated IVR system, intricate, I should say, do I have to change that to work with your system?
Oh, that's a great question. So no, we basically give you a system that use your existing system just in a much, much smarter way. We have an example, a client of ours have a very old IVR, lots of nodes, more than 1,000 nodes in the IVR, 16-level deep, might take you 8 minutes to go from the top to the bottom. And we created an IVR for the same company, a visual IVR with 4-level deep, 70 nodes, much easier, much faster for the clients, and we tap into the existing IVR, we know exactly what to do, and they didn't have to make any change in a really, really complex system. So very quickly integrating our product.
That's great. What else should we know about your company?
It's a quick integration. It's also you can make quick changes. So if your existing IVR you want to make a change, this is a process that takes company months or weeks in a very fast place. We can make changes in minutes. And we have a console, a management console that allows the companies, it's not complicated to go in and make any change they want, create more menus, create more options, change things, move them around. And we can also, we allow companies to let their customers know about changes like this. So for instance, we have a big energy client who has more than 1 million people in 3 states. And for instance, they have a snowstorm. Now they can go into the menu, create a new item at the top saying, snowstorm preparation. And there's a video there and a PDF and, some hotline number. And now they can send push notifications to all their clients who have their app, our app, and let them know that there is something new, and they don't have to go into Zappix in order to see something that happened. They get a push notification, they press on it, and boom, they see the changes and they can interact with them. So that's one thing. Another thing that some of our clients have is you're talking with an agent. And for instance, I don't know if you ever called the IRS. They tell you, well, go into this website now, press here. Now you see this list. Go into the third option, press here, and at the end they tell you, and this PDF contains the answer. We can create a data channel in addition to the voice channel as you speak with an agent, and the agent can say, I'm sending you a PDF. And boom, as you speak with him, you look at your smartphone, open the PDF, and says, oh, okay, great, that's going to solve my problem. So that's another neat thing that we have for the end users. Another thing that we have for for our clients is analytics. So basically, you can create your menus, but you can also see what are your end users doing with them. Are they, going to a specific menu item, or are they opening this video? Are they, using a form? So you have all these analytics. You see what people have been doing. You see, you can make changes based on that. You can put things that are more frequent on the top. You can make, dynamic changes, and be able to react more to, however people are using your menu.
So in many ways, I mean, we're really talking about helping consumers get answers to their questions more quickly because, I can imagine with videos, if people are frustrated and they're about to call a company and complain that something's not working right, they can click and see a how-to video, for example, to see how to, let's say, put a shed together or something like that. I can tell you from personal experience that putting sheds together can sometimes make you want to call a company and say some things to them. So you see the video, and so now the company's got happier customers, they have less calls, and they have less frustration, and the consumer is very happy, and it costs less because there's less time being tied up on the 800 number as well. So it's really a win-win for everybody.
Right. It's a definitely win-win. We also reduce the standard is something like 20% of the calls are rerouted. So frustration on both sides. The company pays because two people are talking with the same person, and the person is being held longer. We have 1% rerouting in Zappix, so that's one way of reducing the frustration. And the other, as you said, I'm using kind of a contextual visual aid to decide. Oh, I'm going to customer service. Oh,
right.
I need a technical question. I have a router box. This is my router box. Once I did these 4 steps. The company, if I call them, will already know what I'm calling about, or I have the option to immediately see this is the video or the help or the most important thing that the company can tell me about it without me calling.
Right.
So it's so much easier than going on the web and start searching within the amazing amount of information the company might have.
So in the example you gave us of the, I think it was an electric company a little while ago, how does the electric company get the consumers to use the app? Do they have a QR code on the invoice, or how does that go?
So they, in that example specifically, they added it to the invoice that they send. They also put it on the website, trying to inform people. They also have the call center people telling people who called, next time you can use. We have this. We have Zappix now, and you can use that in the next time. So basically, on every channel they have to the customers, they're trying to push. Another thing that we have in Zappix is if you already downloaded and you have your favorite electrical company or bank or whatever, and now you're trying to call a customer service number, we in Zappix can see that, intercept the call, and says, look, you can just continue with the call with the click of a button, but we also have it in Zappix, and you can save a lot of time if you just open the Zappix menu and do whatever you need to do. So basically, even if you forgot or you have, we have more than 500 companies currently in Zappix, so you might not even know that some of the companies that you are interacting with are also have their menus in Zappix. Just to add to that, Zappix is kind of a directory, so white pages, but companies can also get their own app. So the user doesn't have to go into the directory. The user can get your
like a white label.
Yeah, exactly a white label app.
Perfect. Anything else we should know? That was a lot.
I think I covered.
That's fascinating. So how about cost-wise? Is there a return on investment? Like how long does it take for a company to pay back the investment, or is it customer experience is so important? How do you measure that even?
So we did some measurement. We did a survey and saw that people calling with Zappix were more happy. after the call than if they got to the same line without Zappix. And that's something that we did. About investment, Zappix is it's a monthly payment, so it's not a very huge investment, and you see growth as the customers learn about Zappix and kind of word of mouth. You see a very steep growth, from basically within 3 or 4 months, companies start to see lots of calls coming in.
So basically,
Zappix.
you pay as you use.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a fixed price and a pay as you use.
Okay.
Price in the
Fantastic. So they'll just go to zappix.com to learn more?
Yeah.
Or do they use Zappix to get a
hold
hold of you?
They can either. Zappix is available on the Android and iPhone market, and
That's fantastic. Thanks for being here, Shai. This was great.
Okay, thank you very much.